Hi, everyone. Welcome to Laura's View in Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Friday, September 30th, 2022. And I wanted to honor several of my subscribers' requests to do a read tonight about the new Prime Minister in Italy. There were high hopes because Giorgia Meloni, I hope I'm saying that right, is a far-right candidate or is billed as such. And let's take a look at a little data that seems to be necessary to preview, and then we'll get into the read. Now, in a recent Substack article, it looked as if the MSM was attacking her. Okay, and she did have a fabulous speech here, 2 minutes and 20 some seconds long, that talked about family values and calling out bioterrorism, the one world government. Okay, that sounds really promising. However, let's look at something else. Okay, her voting record. She's not new to politics. She supported the jab passports. Okay, so she has a history of having no problem with supporting abuses to human rights. She's also associated not only with the World Economic Forum, and when I heard that, I thought, well, they claim people that aren't really active, and so that can work both ways, but she has been actively involved with the World Economic Forum. She's also a member of the Aspen Institute, which is funded by the Rockefeller Foundation and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, among others. Okay. She's been actively involved in forums in Davos when WEF had its annual meeting. Okay. So it looks to me, based on track record, that while citizens, especially the few in Italy that are awake, had some high hopes for their candidate and rejoiced that she was elected, it may simply have, she may be a Trojan horse. She may be, what the cards can possibly tell us is she controlled opposition like some of our current ones are, where they, despite what their track record has been previously, they may be required or expected to do citizen-centered type of voting and actually do some good. So let's ask the cards tonight. The person seen in the public eye as the new Prime Minister of Italy, Giorgia Meloni, will she uphold conservative values and be a candidate that awake constituents are glad is in office? So when she's got boots on the ground and she is in the office, putting her past aside, is she going to perform in a way that make conservative voters glad she's there, or is she controlled opposition and not too well controlled? Let's see what the cards have to say about this lady. So Giorgia Meloni, the person seen as that person who is the new Prime Minister of Italy, will she uphold conservative values and people's rights? Let's look at, since we know her voting record and past, let's look at current, 6 months from now, and 2 years or farther down the road. How will she perform in office, and is there other information the universe wants us to know? Okay. I'm going to assume the whole deck's upside down because that first card was. Okay, well, we got a deep state card already. So we got the Hierophant, the Fool, Eight of Pentacles, Six of Swords, King of Wands, Ten of Wands, and Judgment. Okay, I'm sorry. I just can't keep a poker face when I'm looking at the cards sometimes. Okay, so the person we're asking about, the new Prime Minister, the Hierophant, is one of my deep state cards. So she is truly active in the World Economic Forum, and she is not what she is being billed as. The mainstream media chatter about her that's negative is just for show, to make people let down their guard and think that she is genuine. Okay, it's clarified by the Fool. Fool starting out on a new journey. She's in a new page in her political career with this election. Now, I said, let's not look at the past. Let's look at the current 6 months from now and 2 years or farther down the road for this lady. Okay, so right now, she is going to seem pretty adept and skilled at what she is doing, both for her country and the citizens there. And she is going to play a part as our world makes some big changes here in the next few months. She is going to help steer the country into slightly a better place. Now, let's look at the farther ahead and see what's going on. King of Wands shows up for her 2-year and on future, okay? He's aspected by the Ten of Wands, which means that's the end of something, a lot of hard work, okay? And also, we've got the Judgment card impacting here. It's interesting that we have the Fool for start of a journey, and the Judgment card on the Fool's journey shows up towards the end. So within a couple of years, her current position may be drawing to a close, possibly because of world changes, but also because she is going to have to, now this isn't our currently she's still deep state and a Trojan horse, okay, as that article asked, but she is going to be called into account for her activities, and still, like I said, she's going to play a part into improving Italy's situation, not as much as anybody hopes, okay? And the King of Wands 2 years from now with the 10 there, I'm thinking, like I said, that she's not going to be a long-term political presence as far as years down the road. So let's see if we can get a couple of more cards that show us something. Hanged Man. Yeah, with the world changes coming up. Okay, these actually look pretty good. Let's keep going here. Okay, pleasant surprise. Okay, now I didn't pause the video on this, so give me just a second here as I see what these kind of are saying to me. Okay, because of Judgment that she has faced, she's going to be looking at things in a whole new way, and maybe approaching what she does with some honor and integrity, and aligning herself with the Alliance, White Hats, the Light. I do get this is a Firm Foundations card showing up, which is excellent. And we've got the Page of Cups going on here. Now, Page of Cups, he's about guidance. She may accept some guidance and move into the light. However, there is a sneaky part of her character that even when she gets the wide, broad, global view of light and dark, good and evil, there's still going to be an element to her that wants to be a little sneaky and see what she can get away with. She's never going to completely sever her ties to the deep state. Never. She's going to seem to align herself and do it fairly well with the light, but they better not let their guard down with her. She doesn't need to be in her circle, because she's never going to completely give it up. But boy, she'd be happy if she did. And even without it, even with some compromising still continuing in her extended future, she is going to be rewarded for her work, and rewarded well. But she's not going in the history books as anything major or a big change for Italy. It's still early days for that. Right now, so many of our world leaders are compromised, incredibly controlled opposition at best, and only a few are already in the light. And thank God for every single one of them. Okay, let me switch camera here just a second. So that's what I love about the tarot cards. We can look beyond the narratives and get to some, with a good question, we can get to some literal answers that extend our knowledge until such time as there's integrity in reporting that's available to us. And even then, it's kind of fun to confirm. But I'd like to be only using the cards to confirm truths we're already hearing instead of uncovering where the lies are and trying to parse out where they start and where they end. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. It's Friday here in Maine, USA, and some of you are already into the weekend. Have a wonderful and safe weekend. Keep your vibration high, okay? Evil feasts on fear and worry and discouragement, and don't provide any of that food in the form of louche for them, okay? Do what you need to do in the way of self-care to keep yourself feeling positive. If it's take a walk, if it's give yourself a manicure, if it's have a massage, whatever it takes to stay positive, some deep breathing, some meditation, do what you need to do to stay positive, because that helps you and that helps the universe. And it doesn't help the forces of evil that want us discouraged and worried and fearful. That's it. Thank you so much. Your time is precious, and I'm really appreciative that you spent a little of it with me. Bye.